People of Reddit, what stupid rule at your work/school backfired beautifully? 1. I worked in a call center and we had a clock-in system, except we were allowed to arrive 5 minutes early and then get on the phones at their scheduled time. One girl figured out they would pay for those 5 minutes. She started clocking in earlier and earlier until she was arriving an hour early and sat around for an hour every day. 5 extra hours of overtime every week for close to a year or more until she quit, with no one in management catching wind. 2. I worked for a company that had mandatory 1-hour lunch breaks. Since we ate on the premises, our lunch breaks were often 15 minutes or so. We tried negotiating having shorter lunch breaks so we could leave earlier and beat traffic. The next day an email was sent from the owner stating the fixed work and break hours for the whole team, and they were to be followed with no exceptions. Cool. Next week a big client called about halfway through our lunch and nobody moved. It rang and rang until said owner took the call, talked to them and immediately came to scold us. We said, sorry boss, as per your rules we are off until 1 p.m, no exceptions. A couple of weeks later we did some work on site for the same client. They took us out to lunch, and while talking we ended up relaying the owner's rule. They had a big chuckle over it, and while the project lasted, they made a point to always call while we were at lunch break just to annoy the owner.